Hi everyone, welcome to Review. Today we'll be doing a quick comparison between the FIIL T1 Pro and also the Soundpeats H1. Ever since we've posted the review on these two earbuds, we've been getting quite a few requests to do a comparison between the two. So here's my honest take on these two earbuds. I'll be doing the comparison between these two earbuds based on the same structure as how we did the review for these two individually. That is, we will go through category by category and it's easier for us to digest the differences based on those categories. If you have not viewed the individual review of the two earbuds, I will recommend you to go and check them out first. You can easily find it in our channel, and I think I will be able to tag the link to the videos somewhere around here. First, let's talk about what's in the box. In my opinion, the FIIL T1 Pro edges out slightly compared to the Soundpeats H1, simply because the T1 Pro gives you a bit more accessories compared to the H1, namely the ear tips and the wing tip that helps to secure your ear better. That being said, the H1 do provide an extra set of comply tips for sound isolation because it doesn't have ANC features. Now let's talk about the design and the build quality of both earbuds. In terms of build quality, I have no issue with both the earbuds. Even though both are made of plastic, it is built well and sturdy, and there's no rough edges that will cause your ear to be uncomfortable. With that said, I prefer the T1 Pro as it is smaller, hence making it more pocketable and easier to bring around. However, I don't think it's a problem to choose either one of them as both are great. Next, comfort and fit. Now this may sound a bit weird, but even though the T1 Pro is supposed to be smaller, lighter, and it fits better due to the included wingtip, I have a bit of problem wearing it for long hours. Anytime I try to listen for more than 2 hours, my ear will begin to hurt, and I will have to try and readjust the position of the earbuds just to ease the soreness from my ears. Even then, I will only be able to maybe use it for another hour or so before I really need to put it down and take a rest. I have no such issue with the Soundpeats H1 though. Even though it's bigger, it doesn't feel any heavier or more uncomfortable. In fact, when I use it with the comply ear tips, I can listen for long hours without feeling any discomfort or pain at all. So I guess if you were to choose between the two, my recommendation, as with all my review videos on earbuds, is still the same. If you are able to loan one or get your hands on a unit to try it on your ears, that will be the best, because comfort and fit is really a very personal thing. Another thing is, because we are also built differently in terms of our ear shape, it is really hard for me to tell you which will suit you better and which will fit better and give you a more comfortable experience. Okay, now let's talk about the battery life of the two earbuds. The T1 Pro has about 4 to 6 hours of use per charge, whereby the Soundpeats H1 have about 8 to 10 hours of use. Both cases allows you to charge 3 or 4 more times depending on the settings of your earbuds. This is within expectation as the T1 Pro is built smaller and the case is also smaller. On top of that, the H1 do not have ANC features, hence it makes it a bit more power saving as compared to the T1 Pro. Now let's talk about the sound quality of both the earbuds. I have mentioned this on the previous review of the H1, that if you are a bass head, you will probably enjoy this earbud more as it is a bit more emphasized on the bass. As compared to the T1 Pro, I would say the sound signature of the T1 Pro is more on the analytical side. If you are someone who likes details and you like to hear every rings and bells in the music, I think the T1 Pro will be a better choice for you. With that said, I find the T1 Pro to sound a bit more sibilant to my ears as compared to the H1. Interestingly, this fits into the design of the T1 Pro and why I would choose it over the H1 and vice versa. For the T1 Pro, because of the analytical signature, the sibilant, and also the discomfort I feel after 2 hours of use, I feel like it is just right for me when it comes to listening hours, especially when I want to immerse myself in some songs. The 2 to 3 hours is just right for me before the pain sets in, both in terms of ear soreness and also listening fatigue. Vice versa, for the H1, I like it when I want to listen to something that is a bit more relaxing without worrying about the details, and it is great for listening for long hours as the sound signature is a bit darker, hence reducing ear fatigue, and also there's no soreness when I'm wearing it. Now let's compare the extra features of both the earbuds. Starting with the T1 Pro, you get active noise cancelling, ambience mode, and also a companion app for both Android and iOS. As for the Soundpeats H1, you only get passive noise isolation and the companion app. But one thing I should highlight is that the T1 Pro companion app is currently only available in Chinese version, whereby the Soundpeats H1 companion app is available globally in English version. However, you should note that the T1 Pro companion app currently only supports Chinese version and the global version is not available yet. On top of that, you will need to figure out a way to download the app into your phone, as it is not available yet on both the App Store and also Google Play. That is not the case for the Soundpeats H1 though, as the app is already available globally in both App Store in the Android and iOS platform. Another thing to note is that the T1 Pro app has a lot more features compared to the Soundpeats H1 app. For example, you can customize the tap and presses of the T1 Pro according to your preference, whereby there's no such thing with the Soundpeats H1. The number of available music presets on the T1 Pro app is also a lot more compared to the Soundpeats H1 app. Last but not least, let's talk about the pricing and availability of both the earbuds. Starting with the T1 Pro, it is currently retailing for about 250 ringgit or $60, and you can get them on online retails everywhere. As for the Soundpeats H1, it is currently retailing for about 350 ringgit, which is roughly about $85 US. The only issue with the Soundpeats H1 right now is that it is no longer available even on Indiegogo platform itself, as it is already closed for the last order. So one of the recommendations I could give you with regards to the availability of the Soundpeats H1 is to visit their official Facebook page and check from there. You can either wait for their announcement on when it will be made available on other online platforms, or you could even drop them a message to check with them where you can get your hands on one unit. Between the two, I would say the T1 Pro is a better deal at the moment, as it is cheaper and it also have more features such as ANC and ambience mode. With that said, I don't think you will go wrong picking either of them, as both of them provide great value for the price that you pay. So yes, that wraps up the comparison between the FIIL T1 Pro and also the Soundpeats H1. Once again, thank you so much for coming to this channel. If you like what you see, do give us a like and subscribe to us for more similar content in the future. Until the next episode, we'll see you again. Bye!